How you doing, everyone? It's Kevin. I'm back with another video. Today I come home and Julie tells me she got locked out of the house because something happened to the screen door handle. So I went and picked up a screen door handle, and we're going to be putting this on video, just in case you've never done it before, to show you just how easy it is to do. And I guarantee you anybody could do this job. Okay, this is our new handle we're going to be putting on. It's a slight bit different than the one that's already on there, but I think it's a pretty good one. So we're going to go ahead and get her started here. Let me show you what happened to the old one. Okay, as you can see, this guy here had sprung out. Something come loose inside and it sprung out. So even when you push this back and forth, it doesn't do anything. Push that in there, it doesn't do nothing, and it stayed locked. So she had a hard time getting it back open. I think we was fiddled around with it there and got it open. But when it locked, it would not open. This didn't do nothing when we pushed it. So what we're going to do is, the first thing we're going to do is get this old one off here, because we don't want it no more. And for this job, the only thing you're really going to need is a screwdriver, a Phillips head screwdriver. And we only have 2 bolts in this to get out. I'm going to take this top one out, and then there's one right underneath of that one. One right there, and one right underneath of that one. Get rid of them old bolts. Now when you pull this off, this one here, I'm pretty sure it has a little spring inside of it, and just a little flat piece of metal. It's on the other side here. Just pull that rod out of the inside of there, just like that. Pretty simple. There's your little spring. And actually, we'll just set this back together and put it off to the side. Okay, here's our new one. I already cut the plastic off of it. I'm going to get everything out of here and lay it out and see what we have. So we got a nice big old bag of parts here. Not sure that we're going to need all these parts. So we'll get this organized here. I'm not going to be using these because my little thing is already on the inside of the door. I'm just going to leave it in there. The little latch that goes to this piece here, I'm just going to leave mine already in there. So I'll get this set up, and then we'll get it put in. Now, if you notice in your supplies here that they give you all the hardware, we have 3 sets of bolts, and then we're for different thicknesses of doors. So what I did was I took one of the screws out of my old door and just match it up with the one that best fits your door. And it looks like either these or these. So those ones are just a little too long, and this one's just a little too short. But we'll try the longer ones to see how it works. And they also give you 2 of these, and this is the little plunger that goes through the inside to unlatch it from the inside. When you get your doorknob, this one here, this is the smallest. They give me 2 of these guys, and this is actually the smallest one. And what this has to do is go through the door, this piece here, and push on the inside of this to open and close your door, just like so. When you push, it opens and closes it. So what I have to do now is I need to put it through the door, put this piece, and I'm just going to dry kind of fit this thing into the door like so. And then I'm going to hold this. Let me get you a better view here. Alright, we have this piece through the door. Now what I'm going to do is set this piece on there. Okay, and if it stops and there's a gap between that door, as you can see right in this little slot right here, I have a gap about 1/8 of an inch. So what I'm going to do is, on this piece here, you'll see these little notches. There's a little notch there, a little notch there, a little notch there, and one there. So I'm going to have to cut this off a little bit more. I'll probably take about 1.5 I'll take that first notch off and then about half of the next one, and that should give me enough room for that to be able to go all the way back against the door. So we want it to be flush up against that door. Just like so. I want that all the way in. Now if I push it in, after sticking it all together, if I don't cut that off, it's going to push. See when I push it in? See what it does? So we want that, we don't want that to do that. So we tighten it down, it'll never latch. So I'm going to go out in the garage and we're just going to grind that piece off. Alright, here's our little piece, and I'm going to take about that one notch right there. I'm going to take that one off and about half of the next one. I think that'll give me just enough. So I'm going to use a grinder. If you have a hacksaw, you could use a hacksaw. Maybe even a set of snippers might take it off, but I'm just going to use the grinder. And that is some really soft metal, so. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to try this thing in here again without the spring, and I think that's going to work out just fine. Yeah, I think that'll work out just fine. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start putting it together the way it should be. And the only thing that means is we're going to put this guy down in here, set that down into place, and then we're going to stick this rod down in there. Put that over the top like that, like so. And then we're going to slide this through our hole. And there's little grooves, little studs that stick out there. And hopefully this will sit in here just perfect. So we'll go ahead and get this and started in here. Now we're not going to tighten it all the way up. We're just going to leave it a little bit loose there and get our second one started here. Once we get it started. Pretty simple thing, you know, be honest with you, I didn't realize that you had to cut that little dowel. I didn't realize you had to cut that dowel, but I do believe you could use a hacksaw or a pair of snippers or something on there. Let's see. So I think that's going to work out just fine. Wasn't too bad. So let's give it a try and see if it latches. This one's just a little bit different than the one we had before. Works pretty daggone good. Pretty slick. So that's replacing the storm door or screen door handle, whatever you want to call it. This one used to have a screen in it, but the kids tore it off and I never did put one back in it, so basically it's a storm door. But pretty simple. Like I said, I didn't realize you had to cut that piece off in there, but you could use just about anything and cut that off. Even if you had to use a pair of side cuts, you probably could cut it off. So it's not that hard. You can't do it yourself. So I would like to tell everybody thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment if you'd like. Don't forget, click the little bell down there to get them alerts. Till next time.